How many men at
Anyway, I thought this was a spoof at first. This is how bad this is.
the bar and how many were problematic? Well, according to my math,
I reject the term problematic. It's vague and nebulous, used by leftists a lot in a vague and nebulous way. Right? It's one of the cringe terms that feminists and left wingers use a lot. Your channel name's ex-patriarch. You was never a patriarch, mental defect, right? If you thought you was in charge of women, right, you're never in charge of women, you scumfuck. You are a scumbag. Anyway.
there was one more problematic man than there needed to be.
There's a problem. This is like my 5th attempt. I just cuss this guy out every single fucking video. But I'm just going to power through this and upload it. Okay? This guy's really disgusting. This guy's really disgusting. He's saying stuff about men you can't say about any other group. Right? Imagine this guy saying this about blacks.
How many men at the bar and how many were problematic? Well, according to my math, there was one more problematic man than there needed to be, but clearly you don't agree.
Okay, what can you imagine? There's one more problematic black than there needed to be. Okay?
You think that there's some acceptable ratio of problematic men that we should account for? And
No, you piece of shit, scumbag, lowlife, twisted vermin, right? Okay? That's a straw man. No one thinks that. You just can't do anything about it, right? We don't live in a fucking dystopian police state. What's that science fiction movie? Minority Report. We don't live in a Minority Report police state, right? We can't predict future crimes, right? And also, there has to be leeway in the legal system for minor nuisances, or the system becomes too draconian, okay? For example, you're a piece of shit, you should be banned from social media for hate speech, and you should get a fine. I don't think you should get 5 years in jail, right? Or you shouldn't get a jail sentence the first time. Under my legal system, you'd be arrested, you'd be fined, you'd be banned from social media for a short amount of time, and you'd be jailed under repeated offences, right, for misinjury, okay? Right? Okay, but there has to be leeway in the legal system for people who are annoying. And also the term problematic. Men get smeared for being problematic for just existing by women and male feminists, or they get accused of stuff they don't even do and they're called problematic. That's the whole problem with this problematic thing, right? Now, Whisper Network exists and tries to destroy male comic pros. I've done a video on this. I'm not sure if I've listed it again. But if I have, you can find this, and I'm gonna tackle this subject again. This is a subject that needs to be tackled because this is the tactics that women use to commit violence against men, right? Women are more toxic than men, and there's plenty of toxic men out there like you, a male feminist twerp, right? But there's just as many or more toxic women, yeah.
I like this. It could be like the fire marshal system.
Right. Let's watch the
How
whole
many men
thing.
at the bar and how many were problematic? Well, according to my math, there was one more problematic man than there needed to be, but clearly you don't agree. You think that there's some acceptable ratio of problematic men that we should account for, and I like this. It could
Okay.
be like the fire marshal system, where we determine that there's a max occupancy before it's a safety issue.
Jesus, fuck this guy. I thought this guy was being sarcastic when I first heard this at the start, but he's not. Jesus fucking Christ. There has to be like a martial type system for men that limits their numbers. This is like Saudi Arabian gender segregation insanity, where they be like this: you can't have too many single men, or you can't have single men in a certain space, right? There's this myth that Saudi Arabia oppresses women, which is a complete fucking lie. Saudi Arabia oppresses men, yeah. But anyway, that's a digression. There's too many men in a space. Can you imagine too many blacks, too many Muslims? Jesus fucking Christ. I tell you what, we need a martial system for male feminists. Now, I'm being serious now. I don't believe this is a spoof anymore, right? I was being sarcastic when I first came up with this idea, right? We need a 2-tier system for men. It's a voluntary system. So men like this male feminist will be put in the feminist caste, or the male subhuman caste. So if you want to attack other men, if you want to degrade them and strip them of rights, right? And you want to man up and sacrifice yourself for women, you can volunteer for it and have a special tattoo on your head, right? But normal men of dignity and self-respect who don't want to be degraded and dehumanised, we don't have to sign up for it. So that means you losers who want to degrade and dehumanise each other, you can sign up for it and get yourself tattooed, and you can turn on each other and fight each other all the time, and you wouldn't have rights, right? So if we see two underclassed males fight each other with tattoos on their heads, we don't intervene. Oh, they're just subhumans, they signed up for it. This is completely voluntary, right? But if they molest or touch a human like me who doesn't sign up for it, it's life in prison or the death sentence, right? You have to keep away from men of self-respect, yeah? And the thing is, it's a win for women as well, because women want to beat and abuse men, right? Right? They've got a group of men they can beat and abuse now, yeah? It'd be great. Like you've got these crazy women who like committing domestic violence against men. Just get into a relationship with one of you, and you've got no rights, yeah? Oh, they can marry you and divorce you and take 100% of your assets, right? They can knife you. Get zero. They won't even go to court. They just see the tattoo on their head. Oh, it's the undermensch. Oh yeah, they signed up for it. Yeah, and I think like it'll be a good demonstration to society of how pathetic this male behaviour is. But I still think a couple of million men would sign up for this. They're so grovelling and subhuman. So you'd get that tattoo on your head, right? And the thing is, also, we'll be able to attack you, because you wouldn't have rights, right? You wouldn't have rights. You have the tattoo on your head, and I heard you mouthing off about men like that. I don't want to kill anyone, but I'd slap you about, and you'd have to take it, because you wouldn't be able to hit back, because you'd get life in prison, yeah? So you'd have to be careful who you mouth off to, yeah? You could mouth off to other tattooed men on the head, the undermensch, but you wouldn't be able to mouth off to authentic human beings. So we need this system in place to deal with men like you, basically. Because I'm sick. Because the problem is your threat narratives, your degradation of men, right, affects me. It harms me. It strips me of rights. Okay, it damages my standing in society as a man, right? Okay, you can do this to yourself, but I do not consent to this. I do not consent to this. Thank you.
You could put a limit on the number of men that are allowed to congregate in a given space before it too is a safety issue. So what is the...
Can you imagine there should be a limit on the amount of black people in a space before it becomes a safety issue?
ratio that you were thinking of? If there were 20 other men at the bar and only one of them wants to be violent and hurt everyone, is that okay?
No one says that, you fucking pillock. Also, I used to live outside a nightclub. Women are just as violent as men. They fight all the fucking time. Talked about this before in videos. And no one thinks, oh, this one violent man is okay, right? Now, there's a scale on the value of victims. Lower value victims, like men, when they get attacked, society cares less and is less willing to step in. And when a woman attacks a man, the value of the male victim is near zero. Okay? So you're talking about toxic men are problematic. Men, in general, do not get away with violence to the same level as women. They might get away with violence against other men and get a light sentence, or they might get a probation, suspended sentence, no jail time. But at the most, they'll get away with it once or twice, and until they'll just lock them up for like a prison sentence. They'll go to the man, all right, this is the third time you're here. We've given you chances. We're going to give you like a year in jail for punching people in the face or something like that, right? Estate agent who smashed glass in man's face avoids jail, even though it was her 18th court appearance of violence. So she has 17 previous convictions for assault and battery, court heard. Also handed 18 hours community service after pleading guilty to ABH, actual bodily harm. Okay, so that's actually can be I think that's one step down from attempted murder, right? But I'm not a lawyer. Don't take my word for it. Okay, I'm not sure it's the same as grisly bodily harm or it's just rebranding of grisly bodily harm, right? So the difference between men and women: men are held accountable for the most part. Women are not. So So you've got this threat narrative against men. Oh, they're dangerous when they congregate together. Women are actually dangerous when they congregate together. Because look, the Whisper Network. Do you want me to? I don't want to bring it up. But there's videos of feminists rioting in Mexico, attacking the police and attacking innocent men, and lynching them and kicking them in the head while on the floor. Yeah, but it's men who are dangerous. Okay.
What if there was only 10 other men in the bar? Or 5? What if it was a quiet Tuesday evening and the 4 of us were the only people in the bar? Is it still acceptable?
What do you mean by toxic and problematic as well? Right? This guy's breaking the law. You phone the police on them, you piece of shit. No one's saying it's acceptable. There's already you're acting like there isn't a legal system to deal with this nonsense, and he's not breaking the law, right? And he's being a nuisance, right? Ask management to kick him out. The management doesn't want to kick him out. Go somewhere else, right? But again, you feminist scumfucks falsely accuse men all the time. Like in conferences, anime and video game conferences, they'll just falsely accuse men of being harassers, right? And boot them out.
My issue with this is that 10 good men being comfortable with one violent man...
10 good men, I'm not comfortable with one violent man, you straw manning piece of shit. You're a fucking psycho. Right? I'm not fucking comfortable with you. I'm not comfortable with you. Yeah? Does that mean I should get blamed for you existing? I can't do anything about you. Right? I'm sorry. If I had the Infinity Gauntlet, I'll snap you out of a fucking existence. Right? Humanely, it'll be painless. Boom. It'll be great for everyone else. We won't have to put up with you, you metal hostile little twerp. Yeah? But I can't do anything about you, son. Yeah? You're not my fault. I'm not to blame for you for existing. Don't blame me for you. Yeah? You problematic little male twerp.
It's just another way of saying that for every violent man, there are 10 men who will enable his behaviour.
No, there's not 10 men who will enable his behaviour. We're not Batman, right? We're not all Batman. We're not anti-vigilantes who like special technology can track all fucking crime, right? Fucking hell. Like for example, let's say in the building next door, there's a violent crime kicking off and there's a fight breaking out. How's that my responsibility? How's that my responsibility? Let's say there's a fight breaking out right outside the street and there's two 6'2" tall men. I'm 5'8", right? They're 250 pounds and they're fighting each other. Yeah? Do you want me to fucking jump in and split it up? No. You wouldn't do it either, you fucking pillock. Fuck you. Fuck you. And if a woman's getting attacked, I'm not going to jump in either. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not jumping in for some woman. I'm not getting my head kicked in on a bath. You won't do the same with me. Right? And when people attack women, when people attack women, people are more likely to phone the police and get her help. Like 2 years ago now, I think it was 2 years ago, I got into a fight and I won the fight by the skin of my fucking teeth. Because I was losing my temper and I was fighting someone bigger than me and he kept on punching my face and he nearly broke my nose. He gave me some black eyes and I calmed down and then I started choking him and I won the fight. Okay? When the fight started, I thought the guy was trying to mug me and I was trying to get help and get the police phones and there's this cab driver and he just drove off and he left me to get attacked and I had to fight this guy. Yeah? Right? Okay? Women, people are more, society's more willing to help women than they are to help men. Yeah? And I really wish, if I ever saw that cab driver again, I would have fucking words with him. But I didn't have time to take his fucking license plate, yeah?
Why can't the expectation be zero?
What do you mean, why can't this expectation be zero, you fucking scum? Scum! It's the expectation that there's zero female violence, yeah? No one has that expectation, no one. Fucking hell, man. Fucking hell. Like, zero. This fucking insane zero. You can't have zero violence. It's like if some mother goes off the bender and kills a baby, there's not an expectation of zero baby killing. There's an expectation that the legal system will punish her. Expectation of zero. So you've got these unrealistic standards that are impossible, and you want to place the guilt on men collectively. Get fucked. Get fucked. Get fucked.
That those 10 or 20 or 50 or 100 men are not comfortable with any violent men among them.
No one's comfortable with violent men, you fucking pillock. Except violent men. You're actually comfortable with female violence. You enable this. You cheer this on. So shut the fuck up.
And work to ensure that they are all in agreement about that. There should, in truth, be zero problematic men in the bar.
Well, women date problematic violent men. A lot of high status men are violent. They're either directly violent, physically violent, or they rip men off and con them. Right? And like I said, I used to live outside a fucking nightclub. Women go with violent men. The tall, violent man is more attractive than the short, humble, pacifist man. Right? What women spread their legs for, they encourage and enable. Yeah? Jesus Christ, you've got a fucking disgusting face. I'm not talking about structurally. Your face is normal, structurally, but you've got this smug, passive-aggressive vibe. You are a piece of shit.
We should be able to go to a bar without the fear of another man hurting me.
Yes, but that's not reality, isn't it? You fucking pillock. You can't... If some lunatic randomly decides to attack someone, right, and there was no warning, right, and he suddenly cut someone up, what the fuck are you meant to do about it, right? We don't have time machines, do we? Yeah, and I've got a right to live in a society. I don't have a right to not get attacked because that's impossible to implement. I've got a right that if I do get attacked, I have justice served and there's some deterrence for the attack. That's how it works.
Because he doesn't like the way I look at him. Because of the sports team I support. Because he thinks my girlfriend is attractive. I
wonder if he kicked your ass that your girlfriend's going to go off with him, right?
Because I step in to stop him harassing another woman.
Well, men shouldn't do that, okay? And also, there's lots of men who step in to stop. There's a lot of men who step in to domestic violence disputes, and sometimes, a lot of time, it's like mutual abuse. It's two-way. The man and woman are both violent, and they like picking fights in public and fighting each other. The man steps in, and the couple both turn on the man stepping in and beat him to death. It's happened so many times, right? And again, it's not my responsibility to step in for a violent man. Again, if a man is legitimately violent, let's say he's legitimately violent against a woman for real, it's very rare. Let's say he's legitimately violent for a woman for real. What do you think is going to happen if you try stepping in? Yeah? You phone the fucking police. If there's legitimate stuff going on, you phone the police and let them deal with it.
It is so strange to me that in a conversation about how we've normalised and accepted men's violence...
No, we don't normalise and accept male violence, you lying piece of shit. You fucking... The whole narrative we normalise male violence is a gaslighting lie designed to incite violence against men. You are actually violent against men. You're committing scholastic violence with this false narrative, right? You are violent.
The response is that we should be comfortable with...
No one says that. No one fucking says that. Jesus fucking Christ. Like, even people are bullies, right? They don't say we should be comfortable with violence. They try and justify it and say the target deserved it. Like you do in this video, right? Okay.
A certain level of violence from men, that it's to be expected. And maybe the issue is that men need to stop hating themselves and thinking...
Yeah, men need to stop hating themselves, and you need to stop hating on men, you piece of shit.
So little of ourselves.
No, you think so little of yourself, you piece of shit. I know men are not that violent. You scumfuck. Fuck you. You are one of the most hostile, twisted, lizard brain male feminists I've ever met. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
That we feel consigned to fitting this stereotype.
You promote a false stereotype that men are violent, and then you expect men to step in and white knight for it. That's another false stereotype as well. Gee, you're such a fucking hypocrite.
Society pushes on us that we can't be anything else. The acceptable level of violence from anyone, man or woman, is none.
Yeah, but okay. What the fuck are we meant to do about it, you idiot? What? Okay, so what am I meant to do? Let's take this woman for example. Should I become like a Batman anti-vigilante? So should I look up court cases, right? And I think, oh, this woman didn't serve her time. I'll dress up like Batman, wear a cape, track her down and beat her up. Yeah, should I do that? Of course not. I can't do anything about this. Yeah, all I can do is try and get the legal system changed, and I don't have any power to do that. Right? Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
And we need to stop encouraging the idea that men aren't capable of that.
No, we're not encouraging that idea, you piece of shit. Fucking hell. Now, here's the thing. Are male feminists capable of being decent human beings? Are they? That's what I want to know. Fucking, I'm just uploading this because the problem is, this guy pisses me off. This guy's a subhuman.